offer you a virtual tour of our campus. We would have loved to have had you on campus today, but unfortunately the COVID-19 pandemic has kept that from happening. So we're going to do the best that we can today and offer you a virtual experience. We're going to visit all 8 of our programs, and each one of our instructors will have something to tell you. They'll show you their classroom, their shop area, depending on the situation. And then also we'll have a student talk to you too. So at this time, I am going to turn it over to Miss James at the Atoka campus.
Davidson, again, my name's Lori James, and I'm the math and science instructor here at Kiamichi Tech Atoka. I'm live on location right now near the welding shop with instructor Jody Goodson. So I'm going to turn it over to him and let him give you a little bit about his program.
Good morning. Welcome to your virtual tour. We're actually out here in the hallway of my shop. We're going to go through it just a little bit, but due to safety and it's really hard to hear in there, I'm going to have to talk to you in my office. But one thing you'll notice when we do show you the shop, you're going to see all the equipment that you would normally see in a local fab shop. We're going to have you ready to go work locally, or if you want to work abroad, you'll be ready for that as well. One thing you'll notice is we do a lot of projects in my program. We'll show you a project right here on the front table. It's actually a project one of my handler students is working on for their county fair. He's going to enter it. It's a fire pit. And so without further ado, we'll show you the shop. So normally when we go around and we do these tours, I always like to ask the students, you know, you're 2 years away from having a career or going to college. So I like to ask the students, what do you plan on doing once you graduate? If you're sitting there and you're still not sure what you want to do, that's where I fell into place. I was lucky enough that I did get a college scholarship. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try college. You know, they're helping me pay for it. Well, to be honest, I lasted about 2.5 semesters, and I soon discovered that college was not for me. So that left me with having to get a job. I had to go to work. Luckily, when I was your age, I learned a trade right here in this shop, which was welding, and it has served me very well through the course of my career. Some of the things that always gets asked about my program, it is a 2-year program. I have had some students get through it in a year, but it's very hard. As far as the processes, you're going to learn all processes of welding: stick welding, MIG, flux core, and TIG welding. It's our goal to prepare you where if you want to work here locally in a fab shop, you can, or if you want to travel, work on a cross-country pipeline or refinery type situation, you'll be prepared for that as well. Everybody always wants to know, well, what kind of money am I looking at? If you stay here locally, a lot of my students start from that $12 to $17 an hour range, work up to $26 to $30 an hour. It really depends on what shop and what industry you go into. If you want to travel, the sky's the limit. I have students that make well over 6 digits a year traveling. The downside is they are gone. You know, they're traveling, but the money's there. As far as certifications go in my program, you do have the opportunity to take a state certification. So right now in the state of Oklahoma, before you can weld on any kind of piping infrastructure, whether it's gas, oil, water, whatever the case may be, you have to be state certified. Okay, that test is administered here. It usually costs about $200 to take that test. But while you're a student here, I will bring in a welding inspector. You'll get tested for nothing, so it'll be no cost to you. You can leave with your state certification. Basically, that test is you're going to take 2 pieces of pipe, weld them together, and then we're going to cut coupons from your weld joint, and we're going to do a bend test. If your coupons pass without any imperfections, then you get state certified. This is going to better prepare you to get a job ahead of those that are not certified. At this time, I'd like to introduce one of my students. I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit.
My name is Briar Davidson from Colgate High School, and I chose to be in welding because I plan to pursue a career in welding after high school. And it's a good thing to get, even if you're not going to be a welder after school, because you'll always have a job to come back to if you lose yours or if you don't like what you're doing. So if you come down and get certified and always have something to fall back on.
Thank you, Briar.
So I'll finish with this. My program typically fills pretty fast. And I really hope that we're able to, this year to do what we call student interviews. Most of the time, students that come interview with me, that's who gets in my program. Okay, so if you're interested in our program and we get to do student interviews this year, please come talk to me. That way I can put a face with a name.
Okay, with that, we are going to turn it back over to you, Miss Anderson. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hey, guys. I'm Miss Anderson. I'm the Digital Marketing and Management Instructor here at Kiamichi Tech Atoka. In here, we have 4 career majors, entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurs in Oklahoma make $40 to $50 an hour. So there's lots of potential in entrepreneurship. If you don't know what that is, that's running and operating your own small business. And then we have hospitality and tourism. As you know, the Choctaw Nation is huge around here. There are so many job opportunities in this hospitality and tourism field. If you're wanting an entry-level position to go to college, if you're just wanting to start out an entry-level position with the opportunity to work up and move up within the company, this is a great, great major for you. There is over 3,500 job openings in Oklahoma at this time in this field, and it's growing every single day. We also have graphic design. Graphic design is the largest growing career in Oklahoma and in the world. Graphic designers, marketers, anybody who knows the technology side of it is needed right now. Just like we're doing this over Zoom, the skills that you learn in here are very, very needed in the workforce today. Employers are looking for employees with the certifications that you're gaining in my class right now. We also have finance. And if you think you may want to work in a bank, insurance office, accounting firm, Abby that's about to talk to you works in an accounting firm, and it's just, there's 250 local job openings, so it's really easy to get an entry-level position in that field as well. Excuse me. So I'm going to let Abby talk to you for just a minute, and then I'm going to give you a tour of our classroom.
I chose digital marketing and management because I'm still undecided on the career path that I want to take, and the skills learned in this class can apply to numerous job fields. I highly encourage all of you guys to consider digital marketing and management because it exposes you to a more professional setting in a fun and creative way. It also teaches extended computer skills that you don't learn in your basic high school computer class, which is extremely helpful in today's setting.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go to the back of the class here. I'm going to turn my camera around. And I'm going to show you some of the things that we have. So over on this table, we have a big Surface Studio set up. We have a couple of t-shirt press. And we have 2 3D printers that we just got new this year. And then we have a poster printer. We have a screen print machine and a vinyl cutter. We use that vinyl cutter and that screen print machine, and we're actually starting this Thursday. The students create t-shirts. We design those t-shirts. We cut the vinyl or the screen print. We print those, and then we press and sell those t-shirts. So that's our mock business that we do in here. From the ground up, the students get to create, design, process, and then sell. And then also, I'm going to show you these billboards. So they're all the way across the wall there, but these billboards are part of the students' mock business. So you get to pick something that interests you, and then based on your interest, you get to create a mock business that relates to you. So they have created these businesses from the ground up. They've done billboards, commercials, jingles. We've done flyers, and then later this semester, we're going to do Shark Tank. So they will be able to try and sell me their business. So that's just one of the projects we do in here. We do a lot of things like that in all career major fields. And like I said, these skills are more needed now than ever. And I want to thank you for virtually touring my classroom. I'm sorry that we can't be here. You can't be here in person this year. I'm going to turn it over to Miss James.
I'm live here in the Auto Service Technology program with instructor Mark Mansky, and he's going to give you a little bit of an idea of what you would see if you were here.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Mansky. I'm the automotive instructor here at the Tech Center. We offer a couple different career majors: auto service technician and maintenance and light repair. The potential occupations that you could come out of this program is a service repair technician, a lube tech, a service writer, parts specialist. So there's many areas you could work at in the automotive industry, and it's probably one of the greatest times ever to be in the automotive industry with all the car wars going on between the major manufacturers and all the hot rods and the hot rod diesels and all the neat stuff happening in the world today. It's really quite phenomenal what we've been able to do with electronics. We teach electronics. We let students work on their own cars. I run a live shop, so we do take customers' cars in. We have some of the nicest technology as far as diagnosing cars and learning how to use these tools and equipment. You have a salary potential of anywhere from $15,000 to $75,000 a year. Is pretty average, after a few years of experience. And through the program, you have an opportunity to take ASE exams to get student ASE certified as you get your career started. And then if you want to further your career, I'm a big proponent of OSU IT to get factory service training and to further your career to actually make the big bucks. And so we do quite a bit of class time, but we also have probably 70% is shop time and hands-on work. And I'm gonna let a student talk to you for a minute, and then we'll go walk around and I'll show you some of the stuff in the shop, so show you what we've been doing so far.
My name is Rick Hamer. A couple of reasons why I decided to take the automotive course here at Kiamichi Tech were I've always been fascinated how things work mechanically, and this is one of the classes that will give you all the knowledge you need to understand and how to work on vehicles. Another reason is cars are going to be around for I don't know how long, so mechanics will always be needed, and job opportunities are great.
All right. Well, thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mansky, would you mind us looking around the shop now?
That would be great. At this station here, it's the alignment station. As you see, we can do some 3D imagery on cars. After the students get done learning the steering and suspension components of the vehicle, and we replace those components, we're able to align the car so it drives straight, doesn't wear the tires out, and it's quite a fantastic machine, and it's a lot of neat stuff to learn. Here's a student, he's working on an engine right now. He's been disassembling this engine to learn how it actually functions correctly. So when we get into the electronics portion and wanting to make these things run correctly, we need to know how they work, and we need to know what the components are and how they all function within inside the engine. And the tools that we have in this program are probably second to none in any program in the state. Have some very nice toolboxes that talk to you, that keep inventory for us, and I'll show you one real quick and just give you a glance. So as you see, there's several wrenches, loads and loads of sockets of various sizes. and more sockets, larger sockets and ratchets, all the various pliers and clamping tools that you may need. And then we have our pneumatic tools and pipe wrenches and things such as that. Each one of the toolboxes that are in the program have different sets of tools and to be able to perform various tasks along the way. Here's one of our brake lathe stations, so we can learn how to machine the rotors, take care of brake drums when we do brake jobs. And this is one of the lathes that you would learn how to use and use critical measurement tools. Here's another brake lathe, different manufacturer, works a little bit different than the other. I have a variety of these because some shops use one or other of these tools, so you do have that skill set to be able to go into most any shop in our area and go to work and be capable of doing brake jobs and be hireable on the spot. Tire machine, we can do tires and wheels 34-inch in diameter, larger, and it's a very sophisticated machine. We also have a digital tire balancing machine that does road force and things such as that. Here, the students are taking care of this car. It's a customer's vehicle. We're doing a charging system repair on it, and some students are, as you've seen, a tire on the tire machine, are repairing a flat on the tire. Other students are working on engines in this bay here. This semester, we're also going over electronics, and I'm teaching electronics in the program. And we have these are some of the trainers that we have to be able to learn Ohm's law, Watt's law, and learn the characteristics of electricity. And we have other trainers that are electrical as well. So this is a quick rundown of the program. I wish you were all here to actually be here and put your hands on this stuff and look at it.
Send it back to you, Miss Anderson.
All right, we are here in the health career certification classroom. We have some students drawing insulin, doing a tuberculosis test. You can see her mannequins over in the back with her hospital bed set up. And then up at the front here, we have a student that is dissecting a lamb heart. Okay, and we're gonna go into Miss Broderick's lab so we can talk to her for a second.
Hi, I'm Gayla Broderick. I'm the instructor for the Health Careers program. Our program offers two different career majors that build off each other. The first year is long-term care aide, that includes home health aide. The second year is basic medical assistant, and that also includes phlebotomy. Students who finish both years of the program are able to get jobs as a phlebotomist, a nurse aide, a home health aide, or a basic medical assistant, working in different places like a doctor's office, a hospital, a lab, a nursing home, or a home health. The average salary for kind of all of the programs, all the different career majors would be $11 to $15 an hour. It just depends on where you work and what job that you're holding. This program is really good for students who just want to see if they like health in general, kind of give them a basic idea of what it's about. And if they decide that's for them after they finish this program, there's really no limit to the other types of education and credentials that they can get from here. This is one of my second year students.
Hello, I'm Gavin Harrison. I'm a senior at Atoka High School. I'm currently in my second year here at KTC. I chose this program because I want to enter the medical field when I get out of high school and get through with college. I chose, Others should choose this program because you learn so many cool things from medical terminology to CNA work to phlebotomy to administering medications. When I grow up, I want to be a pediatrician, and I really feel like this hands-on class is really giving me the experience for that.
Okay, we have a few students here that I would like to show you. This is Hanks. He's from Atoka, and he's been dissecting. And they went through and found the different valves, the different chambers of the heart, and we're actually almost done with this. This is Chandler. She's from Colgate, and this is a procedure that they've actually already learned, a skill they've already learned. She's drawing blood, and they can do this on real people. They practiced on the mannequins, on each other, and now they're ready to go to clinical and do it there. This is Alyssa. Alyssa's from Atoka High School as well, and she's looking through the microscope at some red blood cells, I believe. So these are just a few of the different types of skills that we do in our program.
Okay, so with that, we are going to turn it back over to Ms. James.
Okay, we are here in the construction technology department here at Kiamichi Tech. We've got construction instructor, Mr. Bill Pemberton, who's going to tell you a little bit about his program.
All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program. I'm Bill Pemberton. I am the instructor here at the KTC campus. Just to clarify, after polling several students over the years and talking to students in the high schools, a lot of the students kind of think that this is a woodshop class, and I want you to understand that that's the furthest thing from the truth. This is an actual construction training program where you actually come in, you learn how to build a house from the bottom to the top. We build a house from the bottom to the top yearly, and then when we're finished building that house, we put it up for auction and sell it. Just recently this year, we've gone from building full-size homes to tiny homes because the market has changed and there's a big demand for tiny homes right now, and it makes it simpler for us to haul them in and out of here. Building a tiny home is no different than building a full-size home. You just add a few less boards into it. It's the same concept. So if you come to the program, you will actually get to train on how to build a house from the bottom to the top. We also do some commercial construction, but we mainly focus on residential because of the area that we live in. We train using the NCCR curriculum, which is a nationally certified curriculum, and you will receive a nationally recognized certification when you come into this course if you pass the evaluations. It's up to you to pass the evaluation tests. It's just like any other thing. If you take a NATEP test, you've got to be able to pass those. That being said, we train on everything. The good thing about KTC is we have all of the best and newest equipment. We have all the equipment it takes to build everything from cabinet doors, our own trim, frame houses, roof houses. We have everything that we need. We also have some more advanced technology that a lot of the other programs probably don't have. You get the opportunity to train on. We offer residential carpentry for students when they first come in. And that's basically just an overview of all carpentry. If you graduate from that and you decide to come back, you can take finished carpentry, cabinet making, or CNC. Just going to talk, I think we understand what cabinet making is, building cabinets, and finished carpentry is doing finished carpentry, but I want to show you CNC. You don't have to graduate from here to use the CNC, but if you want to take the full year course, you have to have graduated. Every student has the opportunity to use this if they do a little bit of training and they decide to use it. I actually have a project that I'm working on today for one of the people that work here at the school, big Kansas City fan. They're having a late Christmas and they wanted to make a few Christmas gifts. And I cut these out this morning, but I saved one of the programs so you can see it actually run. All we did is we designed this on the computer with a CAD software, drew it up, put whatever we wanted on it, mounted it to the board, and then we just we put it on this disk, and then we select the program on the disk and we let it run. While this is coming back, I'm actually going to introduce you to one of my students, Corbin Darkus. When he finishes speaking, I'll go ahead and start this run and you'll get to take a look at it.
Hi, my name is Corbin Darkus, and I'm a homeschool student on my second year here at this carpentry program. In the 3+ semesters that I've been here, I've been amazed at the amount of growth that I've encountered and I've grown as far as this program. One of the things I love the most about this class is that it's not just a class where you come in and you sit down and you learn all this information and you try to write it down and it goes in one ear and out the other as soon as the bell rings, and it's pointless. This is one of the classes where you come in and you sit down and you learn a little bit of information, and then you're actually sent out and you have to actually build something. You actually have to do something with your hands that you can see and that you can take home You can show off, all kinds of different things. And this job teaches you a lot of different skills. It's got lots of different, So one of the things is that I just recently got my very first job. And on that job, on the very first day, I was doing things that I had done a million times in class before. So at the end of the day, I walked out of the job, very proud of myself, that I had done things that I had done a million times in class before. Nobody had to show me how to do anything. Nobody had to tell me, this is how you do it. I understood everything that was going on. It was really cool. But the skills don't just extend to work. You can take them home with you, and you can even work on your own house. It's got all kinds of different benefits. But there's more to this class as well than just skills. It's people. This class is like a family. I have been amazed at the amount of people that I've gotten to meet, the people that I've become friends with, the people that have shown me different things over the last couple of years. I've met people from different backgrounds, different walks of life, people with different personalities, people that I wouldn't get to meet anywhere else except for this class. And so the journey that I've been on here has just been amazing, and I honestly would love it. I mean, it's just been amazing. So if you're wondering if it's worth it to come here, it's worth it.
All right, thank you, Corbin.
I'm just going to get this started. We'll let you see it run for a second. We're going to go out there and take a look at the tiny house we're building. Very, very neat. It would take you probably 4 to 5 days to cut this out by hand. This machine is going to do it before we finish talking about the tiny house. So we can hear, let's go ahead and walk out here and look at the tiny house for us. I just wanted y'all to see this, and I want you to understand when you look at this tiny house that I did not build one thing on this tiny house. I give the instructions in the class. I teach the students how to do it. I come out here and I explain it. I help them with the first part, and the students take control. The kids in this class are invested into this project because they built this project. I don't know if you've ever done anything in your life where you created something, or at the end of the day, after you've worked really hard, you have something to step back and look at, not just a piece of paper or a pat on the back. But when the students step back and look at that, they feel like they're part of it because they created that. That's something that's going to be here long after they're gone, and they were all a part of creating that. It amazes me every year when the students come in here how quickly they learn and how much they can do. I'm going to let you look inside the tiny house and see how the framing's done. While we're doing this and looking in here, I'm just going to talk in the background a little bit. We talked about this not being a high school woodshop class, but on Fridays, if you attend, I will let you work on any woodworking project that you want to work on. We call that personal day. You'll be given the opportunity to build a dog house, furniture. I've had students build coffee tables, furniture. I've had several students make their own baseball bats to play baseball with at the high schools. You can pretty much do anything you want to on Friday as long as it's carpentry related. Love this program, love my students. I get attached to everyone that comes in here. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you next year. Not to mention, this is one of the fastest growing jobs in the United States. There are more open carpentry positions in the United States right now than there are unemployed people. Think about that. Nice to meet you all. I hope to see you next year.
So with that being said, we're going to go back to you, Miss Anderson.
Okay, we are here in teacher prep and early care education with Miss Harper.
Welcome to Teacher Prep. I'm going to let my student Madison Henry talk first because she's got a bus to catch, and then I'll come right back to you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Madison Henry, and I'm a junior from Atoka High School. I joined this course because I want to be an elementary school teacher, and here I can learn the skills I'll need. I think you should join this program because there are so many fun projects and activities you can do. For example, my favorite was repurpose and redesign. I got to recycle furniture into something that kids can use to play. Join our class.
Okay. Thank you, Madison. Madison's on her way to catch her bus. I want to welcome you to the Teacher Prep and Early Care program, and you probably see that we have two titles. Our Teacher Prep program is for students that are interested in going into education, going on to become certified teachers at the college level, and that's from kindergarten to 12th grade. Right now, I presently have students that are interested in being elementary teachers, and I have one that actually wants to be an ag teacher. So, for example, if you wanted to job shadow a coach, a family and consumer science, a music teacher, a middle school teacher, or elementary, whatever area whatsoever, that would be the area that you would study on in that course. Our early care and education course is from birth to 3rd grade. That's what these students study. Most of these students go to work in licensed child care centers, Head Start programs. They become entry-level teacher assistant and master teachers. My teacher prep students and some of my early care students also take the para test, and they can go to work in public schools as teacher assistants and as paraprofessionals working with special needs children one-on-one. Our certifications are, just as I said, entry-level teacher assistant and master teacher. Parapro is just a bonus that they actually pay for, that they can take from the hours that they've served in our program. The theory hours and the hands-on worksite hours can actually apply for the National Child Development Associate credential, but that is something that goes above and beyond where my class is at this present time. Salary-wise, most of my students are starting out at, like Carmen, who's at the back of the room, she's actually $12 an hour working as a master teacher in a licensed child care center at this present time. A certified teacher is going to make between $36,000 to $40,000 a year. The pay scale is rising. We're very thankful for that. It needs to keep going up. So the thing you need to think about in education is you typically are going to get benefits. It works very well for families and people who have children. When they're raising their families, they're on the same schedule, or their children can go to school with them. I'd like to take you through our class just a little bit and let you look around. We have a kitchen that we do foods and nutrition in, and science activities. We have an art room that's full of lots of supplies. I can open that up in just a minute. My students make job portfolios, professional portfolios that they take with them, and I actually was just helping one that's finished up today, and she was out putting her application in at the public schools. They do teaching binders of teacher activities where they use the past skills and early learning guideline skills that they learn the areas to teach children in language arts and literacy and music and science and math and movement, other areas that I can't think of right now. They make big books, they make older games, they make puppets. They do lots of hands-on activities. And that's the fun part of the class. They enjoy that. We have our literacy and language center set up. Our computer stations are at the back. We have a huge storeroom in the back of the room. And as you can see, I have a couple of students that are working right now individualized. They can either work on a hard copy or they can work online. All of my curriculum is online for you to do. Works very well with virtual if you get quarantined or you're a virtual student. We have a workroom. The students have a workroom. In this room, we have our laminator. We have our computerized VeriPress machine where they make letters and shapes and things that they make teaching materials with. They might make a book. They might make a bulletin board. She's actually working on a reading bulletin board right now for the reading month of March. And thinking I might be missing something, we do have a couple of student organizations. Our teacher prep students are in Ed Rising, Educators Rising, and our early care students are at FCCLA. Thank you. And remember, education's wide open. We need teachers in the field.
All right,
Bye.
we're gonna turn it back over to Miss James.
Okay, we're here live in the Kiamichi Cosmetology program. We've got instructor Shelly Calicote, who's going to tell us a little bit about it.
Good morning. Welcome to Cosmetology at KTC Atoka. Cosmetology is a 2-year program for high school juniors and seniors. We also accept adults, but for high school juniors and seniors, you can complete the program while you're still in school and be ready to test by the time that you graduate. Some of the courses that we offer are the basic cosmetology course, the aesthetics course, and the nail tech course. We also offer the instructor's course for adults. You're going to work in a shop-like setting, like what you see behind me, and we do customers from the outside and also students. So that we're preparing. At the end of your time, when you finished up your hours, you will take the State Board of Cosmetology test, which is part practical, which means hands-on, and part written, which is a written test. And you pass it, you can be certified right out of high school to go to work. Today we have Reese, and Reese is going to show you and talk to you about why she came to KTC.
Hi, my name's Reese. I'm from Colgate. I'm a junior, so this is my first year in the cosmetology program. Last year as a sophomore, I really enjoyed my tour, and I talked to some people, and I decided that I thought I'd really like the cosmetology program. So I applied, and I'm here, and I plan to work outside of high school while I go to college to get a business degree, and hopefully one day I'll work in my own salon.
Thank you, Reese.
Also, we have Cassidy here, and Cassidy is an adult student, and she's going to talk to you about a activity that she's working on right now.
I am currently doing a perm for our State Board of Cosmetology practical part. I only have a couple hundred hours left, so part of our practical State Board is learning how to roll a perm correctly.
Okay, if there are no more questions, we're going to switch it back over to you, Miss Anderson.
Okay, we are here in computer information technology, and I'm going to let Miss Cox talk to you.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to CIT. I'm Mrs. Cox. We do computer information technologies in here. We have 2 different majors. We offer game programming, and then we have a network technician assistant. In our courses, we start out learning about the Internet of Things, so we learn to set up a smart home. We do Alexas, we do Wemos, we do Rings. We also learn to set up the cool little Philips slots. So we'll start out with that. In the game programming course, students will learn how to write programs. We have Java, they learn Python, they'll learn some SQL, all leading up to learning how to write a mobile app. So they'll learn that for the second year. In our network technician assistant course, they learned computers. We take them apart, we put them back together, we learn how to update them, how to troubleshoot them. By the end of the first year, they should be able to take the A+ certification. In the second year, we learn routing and switching. They are able to take the Net Plus after the second year. Once they get those certifications, they're able to go to work and start out with $40,000 to $50,000 a year, at least. They're able to work for Choctaw Nation hires a lot of our students, their IT department. And with cybersecurity, we also teach that. They can go to work, anywhere learning cybersecurity, or if they want to go to college, they can also segue into working for law enforcement if they wanted to in the cybersecurity area. With me, I have Matthew Davis. He's one of our students.
Hello, I'm Matthew Davis from Atoka High School, and I'm enrolled in the computer repair program in this class. And what we do here is we diagnose computers, we see what's wrong, we replace it, we figure out what's wrong, and go from there and make sure everything's good for businesses and home use.
I'm going to turn it back over to Miss James.
Oh, try again. Okay, we are here in the academic classroom now. This is actually my classroom, And while you're here at KTC, you have the opportunity to get a high school math and or science credit while you're here. So what that would look like is you would go to, say, your program such as welding or, well, not cosmetology, but welding or digital marketing or something like that for 2 hours. And then you would come to your academic class, whether that's anatomy and physiology, algebra 2, or geometry. You could take one of those courses if you needed that credit. So know that that's available to you, and we would love to have you guys here.